In this video, I'm going to show you how to use high ticket appointment setting to quit your 9 to 5 so you can work 4 hours a day by just needing a phone, okay? The picture that you see in front of you is a direct reflection of the way I felt when I first got started in my entrepreneurial journey. I felt like Jackie Chan, confused out of his mind because I was. 99% of the time I was doing things that just didn't matter. I wasn't moving the needle forward. And chances are, if you're a beginner in the online space, you're listening to all these new fancy business models, you're feeling like this as well. Now, it wasn't until I ran into high ticket appointment setting where I knew what my trajectory needed to look like. I knew which path to take. And because I came to that conclusion, this is what my life looks like now. And I say this and I show this in no means to boast and show off. I just want to show you what my reality actually looks like now. Because you're no different than me. I am no different than you. My Stripe account consistently looks like this. I booked a trip to Hawaii, and I'm going in about 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, to Tulum, Mexico last year, October. It was a mastermind filled with 6-7-figure entrepreneurs, and yeah, it was cool. I developed a ton of relationships, and all of this stemmed from high ticket appointment setting. I owe it all to learning this one skill. And thankfully, it's given me a ton of luxuries, and it can do the same for you as long as you take the smart path in your make money online journey. So I want to be really hyper specific here. I don't want this video to go viral at all. I could care less if it gets a lot of views because I'm solely trying to speak to one individual. And if you're anything like Jimmy here, you're sitting at a desk or you have an office job, you make anywhere between 2 to 3K a month. And yeah, you're stressed. You're doing work that you know is not impactful. You're working your butt off and it's really just not reflecting in terms of the type of income you're bringing home. You have Janice over here consistently spreading rumors about you, or you just have a boss that you hate reporting to, that you know doesn't respect you, doesn't respect the effort, the time that you put in, and you're kind of over it. I get it. Now, if your situation looks a little bit more like mine, you're probably looking like this picture here, where you're lifting boxes on a daily basis, very heavy, intense labor work, and this is exactly what I was doing for as long as I can remember, right? Slaving away, working 10-hour days, barely making 2K a month, and ultimately, you're looking for more because you know there's more out there. You don't have to, slave your way and lift a ton of heavy boxes to barely make that minimum. You know that that's not the truth, right? And I'm here to explain to you how to get out of that. And I also want to make sure I clarify who this is not for, because if you've ever said any of the things on the right-hand side here, just click off the video. I don't even want to make this video for you guys. But if you say IPGA is the best business model, or I want to be a growth operator with zero skills, I don't need skills to build a business, I'm sorry, this is going to be like your rude awakening, because you do. And chances are you're probably feeling like this guy on the left, right? Trying to put on the front, but super, super angry because you're not making any money, okay? And so if I am speaking to you, if you are working at a desk or you're lifting a bunch of heavy boxes, making 2 to 3K, but you're super sick of your life, you don't want to do it anymore, you'd rather do something that has higher leverage and make money online from anywhere in the world, and this is going to be for you. Okay, it's time to wake up, because every single one of the guys that is on the screen here is making the money that you're making from the comfort of their own couch, or on a hike, or in Thailand, Bangkok, just because. Okay, Leon over here on the top left-hand side, an $800 day. Zach, $650 day. Keith, wrapping up March, $3,300. Calvin on the right-hand side here, January he did 10K. Chris in the middle, 4.3K, his first 30 days with high ticket setting. Caleb, a $700 day. And I'm saying all of this because it should get you, man. It should get you frustrated, and it should kind of light a little bit of a fire in you, because this is the way that I felt when I was first getting started. I truthfully got jealous and envious until I finally put my thinking cap on and came to that bigger conclusion. And I took the smarter path, and that's what we're going to talk about in this video. So this was me 2 years ago, right? Contrary to what you see inside of the picture, me smiling, I hated my life. I hated my job. I knew that there was more, right? You see like my laptop's in the background, I'm doing the work that was necessary, but it's just funny. I particularly used this picture because I was as unhappy as you can be, but I knew that there was more. I was striving to get out of that job where I had to lift boxes all day, and this is the biggest, phoniest smile that I've ever seen. So I needed to use this picture. And truthfully, I tried everything. Probably like 99% of you guys, right? Maybe not as intense. Maybe you're barely getting started, but I tried SMMA. I tried building a short form agency. I even tried coaching, and that's a a story for another video that we'll get into. But you see, I've made big investments, paid $5,000 up front. You can see with the man himself, I'm on a Zoom call with Iman Gaji for a little program that he was running at the time, taking the courses, and this is what my bank account translated to. Ultimately, this is what it looked like, right? I was down to my very last dollars, and this is a super significant picture for me because we have came a long way, okay? And I'm going to show you exactly how you can do the same if you're in a similar boat. So I was stuck in this endless cycle of trying everything and failing. I tried everything, guys, to drop shipping, affiliate marketing, anything you can name it, or anything that was fancy during that time. Like I've tried to put my blood, sweat, and tears. And I don't mean I tried it for a day or 2 or 30 days. Like I tried it for months on end, and I kept that cycle going. And it wasn't until I finally realized that I just knew nothing about business. I needed to drop my ego and admit that I didn't know anything about marketing, sales, client delivery, anything. I didn't know jack, whatever. You know what I'm going to say there. And truthfully, it's because this is what it looks like building a business. So it irks me when I hear these new business models and they tell you that this is the most beginner-friendly business to start, when in reality, no business to start is beginner-friendly. It's hard. It's hard work. And so that's why, I made this little image here to sum up what it looks like actually building a business from the ground up. You have to worry about all of these things. You have to worry about lead generation, sales, marketing, accounting, client fulfillment, onboarding, team management, hiring and firing, contractors. Like the list keeps going on and on. And it's not as easy as they tell you to outsource this and outsource that. Like, in order to build a predictable, sustainable business, you need to learn to develop real team members, not people that you can just hire off of Fiverr. So, yeah. And ultimately, this is how I felt when I was first introduced to high ticket appointment setting. I felt like I stumbled upon treasure because this skill set is insanely easy to learn. And you don't have to learn all of these different skills. You just have to learn one and get paid very well. With the massive growth of the online education space, right? Finding good, high quality, high ticket setters is almost impossible. And I've heard it multiple times from the source, from business owners that are looking to hire people who they can pay a lot of money to take a lot of their tasks from them, right? That I have been told it's almost impossible to find really good, reliable, high ticket setters. So now is the best time to become one. When you feel this shift in the market and there's a big pain point for business owners, that's when you leap. That's when you get into the thing, right? So you don't need a degree. You don't need any prior experience. You just need the right blueprint. And when I say you don't need any prior experience, it's not in comparison to the other business models, because with other business models, you do need experience because you need to tack off every single one of those things. Like sales, you need to have experience in marketing. You need to have experience in actually getting client results. And instead here, you just need to tack one column off, which is high ticket appointment setting. And it's just that skill. You don't need to know anything else. And to be honest, like this is going to take high quality effort, right? Because this isn't some get rich quick scheme. You're learning a world-class skill. So you have to put in world-class effort. And we're going to go ahead and dive into what it actually is. What is high ticket appointment setting? We're going to go ahead and give you a little bit of a brief description here, but our job as a high ticket setter is to book high quality appointments onto an online business owner's sales calendar. That's it. We have conversations with their leads, ask them a couple of basic questions, and this is all pretty much done on the business owner's social media account, like their personal Instagram page, Twitter, whatever they're generating customers through. So if the person that we book onto a sales call and they end up closing with whoever takes that call, which is the closer or the business owner themselves, then we get paid for the 5-minute conversation that we had. And commission can vary, but it can be anywhere between 7.5% to 10% commission. Okay, most of my students right now are earning 10% commission, which is enough to be able to make upwards of a full-time income, right? 5K, 6K, even 10K, as you guys saw with Calvin. And I want to make sure I preface this as well with the high ticket appointment setting that I'm referring to. We're strictly inside of somebody's DMs. We don't have to call anybody. We don't have to, take Zoom calls on behalf of the business owner. Like we're just on their account sending texts. That's all we're doing. Okay, asking a couple of basic questions, qualifying and stuff like that. So once you learn that high valuable skill, high ticket appointment setting, this is what your Stripe account can look like. I screenshotted it from my personal Stripe account, and this is what my commissions were looking like. 400, 1,000, 500, 800, 500, 800, 800, and it keeps going, right? And so I was working a high ticket offer, $8,000 offer. So when I was inside of the business owner's DMs, I was having conversations with people that were looking to buy the product or the service that I was partnered with. I just asked them, cool, do you qualify for this? Are you making this amount of money? What's your main problem? Awesome, let's get you onto a call so that way we can discuss further. Those conversations can literally go on for like 5 minutes. I've had a 3-minute conversation that literally paid me $1,000. So it's not intense, hard work or anything, but you're recovering a ton of time for the business owner because this is a task that will take them away from other more important leverageable things like marketing, like taking sales calls, like making their product better. So yeah, this is a screenshot that I took from last year's commissions. And I want to go ahead and do some quick math here, right? If I'm earning 10% commission on a $5,000 offer, then I only need to book in 6 people that will pay on the call to make $3,000 for the month. So if you're working at a desk job right now, think about how long it takes you to make $3,000, right? Where in reality, we just need to get 6 people to join the product or the service that we're partnered with at a $5,000 price point. That's it, right? And I will be the first to tell you, people who charge $5,000 for an offer, having 6 people join for that month is pretty low, right? It'll typically be 10 to 12 of how many people they would onboard. So the potential there is endless. It's just a matter of positioning yourself correctly. And to be honest, that's ridiculously easy when the business owner has everything in place. They have a great offer, they have a great marketing system, and they have insanely good client results, right? Here's a picture that Leon sent me, one of our students inside of the First Class Setter program, from his recent trip to Bangkok. Look at the view. But that's what high ticket appointment setting did. And I'm pretty sure he can probably confirm this for you if he'd like to. Pretty sure he was working there too. Right, in between sets, checking the DMs, making sure there wasn't anybody to respond to, or there wasn't anybody that he can kind of hop on, have a conversation with them, ask them a couple of questions, get them onto the sales calendar. That's a potential $300 right there in commission for literally a minute conversation sometimes, right? So we're going to go ahead and dive into how to become a high ticket appointment setter. And to be honest, it is extremely simple. It's not easy. It will take like work and effort from you, but as long as you have the correct blueprint, pretty simple. And there's only 2 things you really need. You need to learn how to book in high quality appointments. So you need to actually know how to do the skill set. And number 2, you need to learn how to find your dream role that'll pay you 10% commission on a $5,000 offer with a ton of leads coming straight to you. That's all you need. And it doesn't get any more complicated than this. Compared to building a business where you need to, create a brand, you need to create an entire offer, you need to have a guarantee, so there's a lot of stress and responsibility, and it literally makes 0 sense to start as a beginner. Think about it. If you're working a 9 to 5 right now, how much time and how much effort is it going to take for you to solely just escape the 9 to 5? But choosing the worst and hardest, most complicated path by building a whole business where you have to worry about all of these things. Or instead, you can choose one skill set that'll pay you what your 9 to 5 is paying you and more, right? It can easily be doubled. As you saw, one of my students, Calvin, $10,000 this past January, right? In March, I believe he did $4.5K. And it's just consistent now, right? He used to make $800, which is insane, $800 a month. So now that you've learned what high ticket setting is and how it'll be the sole reason why you leave your 9 to 5, why you leave your toxic boss in the past, and honestly, the only thing that's left is for you to take action. It's not complicated. You don't have to learn all of these things. There's no more feeling overwhelmed like you would building a business. Because I've helped people from all over the world transition from working a 9 to 5 to being a full-time high ticket setter. As you saw, Leon, right? He's literally in Bangkok, right? Chris, I'll go ahead and start with Chris. He has made $0 online. He actually had a job that he was working in the film industry, and he was looking to pick up another skill that'll pay him really well to be able to learn about business, about how to actually create money online and generate a good income by just needing to work on his phone. If you guys want to go watch that student interview, it's on YouTube. But yeah, his first 30 days, he did 4,300, which is pretty insane, but not unusual. Keith is actually in the Philippines, right? So you can actually do this from anywhere, any part of the world. The business owner that he's partnered with is in Arizona. So you can see they're on the complete different sides of the world, and he's still making money. His first 30 days, he made $3,400, which is awesome. He got stuck in the trap of trying other things that didn't work either. He tried drop shipping. He tried building an agency. You guys want to go check out that interview as well. He talks a little bit about what his experience was like getting started as a beginner. Calvin, this was actually my very first student inside of the First Class Setter program. When we filmed this, the month of January wasn't even up. So when he wrapped up January, he actually ended up closing at 10K instead of 7K. And so he's on a really high ticket offer. I believe it's a $7,500 offer. So he's killing it. And like I mentioned a little bit earlier on, he was making $800 working at his local gym. And he took a chance. He took a leap and invested in his personal growth. And I couldn't be more proud. If you are serious about your growth and you no longer want to report to the boss that tells you when to clock out, when to do this, has zero respect for you as a human, and you want to start living life on your own terms, you want to be able to book a flight to Thailand, you want to be able to leave the 9-to-5 where people are consistently gossiping about you, or you just don't want to slave away to a job that has you picking up heavy boxes on a daily basis, then I want you to book in a call down below with me so we can go over the exact steps that Keith and Calvin and Zach took to make a full-time income online by just sending Instagram DMs for business owners. And like I mentioned, I am only speaking to the action takers that are serious and want to invest into their own personal growth. They want to speed up the process and figure out the formula that 99% of the competition has no idea about. I hope you all enjoyed. I'll see you on the other side.